I coach a student who was previously coached by Woohoojin, and as you know, Woohoojin and I have differing opinions on what really goes wrong with people's gameplay. This is what I found, and also what Woohoojin found. Let's take a listen to hear what Hooj has to say here.
Yeah, do you see? This fight on stage is good. This fight on stage is good. You're trying to hit that stage. You're not rushing those shots. Don't mind that you whiff them. It's the technique that I care about. And this is the technique that's not good. Right here. That's the problem. Those shots right there. All right, both based.
What I'm going to say here is that your positioning is causing this problem. Your positioning being out to the left-hand side is making this awkward for you. You're now looking at this being an entire threat, this being a threat, and this being a threat. So once you go into it, literally as the face I've just drawn into this, you're going to feel awkward because if your crosshair placement's not in the right spot to catch the person swinging you, you're now going to have to make an awkward adjustment, which is where the crouching comes in.
This is the frame that you first press left click. You see anything wrong with this picture? Because the thing I see wrong with this picture is there is no universe you genuinely thought you were on Sky's head right now.
I bet.
See, what I'm willing... Okay, we're going to see this one. See, the difference here is that you're peeking into a threat line that you will know is a threat line. Whereas this whole other side, you know you're safe from. There's nothing here. This is like early Lotus, right? So there's nothing here. This is the only place after you've cleared this spot where a threat can be. We're not worried about multiple swing angles here. So it's just the one spot, which makes it easy for you to do a mass protocol on this peak, right? We don't even have to adjust or anything like that.
Yes!
It's not even a confirmation thing. In my opinion, it's not a confirmation thing. This is like, you're just peaking well and you're limiting risk. If you want to learn how to play Valorant properly, you have to start scrimming the game. Well, what if you don't have a team? The best way to do it then is through our Coach 10-man program. In our program, we give you detailed map guides, tips, strategies, live feedback coaching, and VOD review coaching, all for an extremely affordable price. Check out our Patreon Master Coaching today. What do you think is the issue with this one?
Honestly, I think it's bad routing. I should have went bend, like on top of bend.
I agree. Why did you commit to this spot? This is not Zammy, by the way. There's a reason why I drew a cat face. You are the cat. This is another protocol that I have. Valorant players are like cats. When they see the laser, they go straight for the laser. Okay, you ever shown a light near a cat, a laser? Their predatory instincts come in. Well, Valorant players are predators as well.
I hate you like I'm young, trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
They see the laser and they say, ooh, I want the laser. It's interesting because if you watch this back in slow motion, it's almost like you lock in, right? You just see this safe and you're like, I want this bitch. Watch this. Watch this movement. Okay? You go, oh, there's someone there. Oh, there he is. There he is. I've got him. It's funny because you do this little wave thing and you don't realize it and you go, hurrah, there he is. I agree that your entries need work. What is the point of an entry? What are we trying to do? Take space. Frags are a byproduct of you taking space. It's a bonus. You're setting up your teammates to get the frags. And you can watch Woohoojin play Raze. He does this very well. He throws a nade off here, lands right here, and it starts to explode. And what he does is he'll satchel, and then you'll satchel again. By the time it lands, this is exploded and he's safe. It's cleared out anything that's over here and he's able to get free kills off of it.
And even
have you seen this before?
Peek out, they go into the teammates too.
Yeah, exactly. It forces them out into the open or into you. Either way, it's chef's kiss for you. You're probably going to end up getting a good win fight. And worst case scenario, no one's there and you sit right here and now your team has this entire space purchased by you. That's how you play Race. So was your timing off? 100%. Because who the is going to trade you in this situation? I need you to lay off the laser drug and I need you to think about what is my intention when I actually go into a bomb site. From Spider-Man to Batman in a second. I'm Batman. Shiro, I can't bring in my Batman costume. It's going to give away my secret identity. Come on. Don't be an amateur, okay? Come on. I know you know better. I just need you to understand one thing, Shiro. That Batman costume is malprocess. All right? She's just like, she's having such a good time over here, chat. Look at her. Look at her. She can't focus on her school. What's that?
You're so animated.
Mal. Process! Famous last words! All right, so as we're watching this round, I want you to direct your eyes to the top of the screen, and then I want you to ask yourself, do I need to? The protocol that I call DINT. Do I need to is basically asking yourself, when I look at the top of the screen right now being a 4v3, do I even have to take a fight right now? The answer is no. In 45 seconds, we win this round. So I'm watching this next fight that you're doing right here, and obviously you see this person, you go, ooh, juicy, frags, I like frags. But now you can ask yourself, is it even worth me challenging this space anymore, right? I missed my shot. Do I really need to keep like trying to fix this and keep challenging? Probably not. Now, something to think about as I'm watching you throw this nade. What is a nade for?
It's to get kills.
Ooh, incorrect, sir. Try to correct it.
To separate them as they come out.
You're on the right track. Molly rules, chat. Very, very important. Is mollies are for zoning. Taking space? Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely take space through zoning as well. Like if you throw a nade to a certain spot, explode it up, then be able to move forward. Denying space? Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, you are denying, but you're basically saying you're not allowed to play here for a certain amount of time. Be it like a gecko molly, be it your nade, it is the same kind of thing. You're throwing it at that spot saying you cannot be here. So by you throwing this nade, it's telling me that you want to frag them. I want you to think of frag as secondary, whereas nade is zoning. What are our options for nade throws? Where could we throw this nade if we wanted to really throw a nade to be able to zone and maybe even do some damage? Right here. Throw it off this thing, bounces right into this wall, and takes away the entire drop, so they can't move into it, okay? And you'll probably end up doing damage to them, splash damage on that spot if they decide to move forward. That's what you were thinking, Odie? There you go, great minds think alike. Right? And this is a spot that you can easily throw and not have to worry about anything about any people just randomly throwing a random, Glock shot in your face like this. So all the while, did I really need to? No, and now I've made it a 2v2 situation. Now we can talk about mechanics till the sun comes down, about how you miss shots and all that good stuff and you're rushing things. But all the while I'm sitting here going, did we even need to take a gunfight? We could have probably just sat in tree, put ourselves onto Expedia.ca and booked a nice little trip to Mexico and still won the round and nothing would have been different. Instead of giving them a chance to have this 1v1 situation that you could very well lose right now. Hopefully our Gecko is going to clutch it out for us. But you're relying on Gecko here, Mr. Toaster,
honestly,
to be able to clear this out.
I think it's better here if I lose.
To get punished? Absolutely. I always love it when my students get punished for those reasons. The worst part is that you don't get a trip to Mexico. That's really what I'm concerned about, you know what I mean? You could have easily just booked that. Went AFK and still won the round and keep your deaths low. You kept your D down, right?
I feel like this is what I think. After Phoenix wins, I have like an obligation to fight with him.
Yeah.
He's already in a fight with the dude.
Yeah. Okay, so I've heard this one from Woohoojin. This is the one that I hard disagree with. There are times when it makes sense to peek with a teammate. There's also times where you have to say to yourself, you know what? That's a pit of fire. And my buddy's jumping into it, and it's probably not a good idea for me to follow into it. You know what else is funny? Is that you do this out of the goodness of your own heart, right? At 36 HP, by the way. And jump in there with the Phoenix with the intention of trying to help them. And then you're the one who gets punished for your good deed while Phoenix stays alive. Isn't that crazy how that happens? You're the one that eats the bullet. And now, it's unlikely you're going to lose this round, but imagine now if everyone stayed alive. Everyone, right? You would have 5 guns. I'm looking at your credits right now. To another point, you cannot fund your next round. If you're down under digits and now you have to rely on someone else to buy, and you decide to swing this with 400 credits to be able to help your Phoenix who's doing something stupid, and now you can't buy for the following round and you have to rely on someone else to buy your gun for you, that's kind of a big fuck you to the whole team. I would rather you keep all this money and roll with it instead of saying, you know what, let me jump into the fire with Phoenix here. Yeah. And now a lot of people died here, and it's like our economy is not as great as it could have been.